Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, high drama was witnessed from Parliament to the streets of New Delhi over opposition's Vote Chori, quote-unquote, allegations. Around 300 MPs from the India Bloc began a protest march from the Parliament. They were headed to the Election Commission office, that is Nirvachan Sadan, to submit a memorandum but was stopped by the police midway. As per reports, there was no permission from the police for such a protest march. Election Commission had given an appointment to opposition MPs to meet the poll panel and discuss the issues being raised by them. But the poll panel had asked the opposition to submit names of 30 MPs for the meeting. However, no names were sent by the India Bloc, and instead 300 MPs participated in the march to the EC office. Now, opposition MPs including Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav and others were stopped and detained by the police. India Bloc later said that Election Commission was afraid of the truth. The BJP, on the other hand, accused the opposition of spreading anarchy. Let's take a look at the war of words.
वो एक्चुअली बात नहीं कर सकते, रियलिटी ये है, डरे हुए हैं, कायर हैं, सरकार कायर है।
तो हम जनता का वोट बचाने के लिए कूद रहे हैं। चुनाव आयोग उन पे कार्रवाई करे जिन लोगों ने वोट काटे हैं। मैंने खुद 18,000 जो डिलीटेड वोट थे उनको मैंने दिया है।
चुनाव आयोग ये आपकी दफ्तर नहीं है, आईसीसी की दफ्तर नहीं है, ये भारत की संवैधानिक व्यवस्था की एक प्रमुख स्तंभ है। आप गाली गुलज करके अराजकता पैदा करके देश में एक अशांति के माहौल बनाने का प्रयास कर रहे हो।
विपक्ष तो पार्लियामेंट चलाने में उसका कोई रुचि नहीं है। एक पार्टी, एक फैमिली और एक व्यक्ति का मनमानी जो करता है वो संवैधानिक हो ही नहीं सकते। वो डेमोक्रेसी में वो लोग संविधान में विश्वास नहीं करते हैं।
Breaking news coming in. Viewers, did Rahul Gandhi show a forged document in his press conference on alleged vote chori? Remember, the Karnataka Chief Electoral Officer had issued a formal notice to Rahul Gandhi regarding his claim that a 70-year-old voter, Shakun Rani, had voted twice in the polls. A preliminary inquiry by the CEO's office found that Rani had cast her vote only once. Preliminary inquiry also said that the tick-mark document showed by Rahul Gandhi in the presentation is not a document issued by the polling officer. Now, Election Commission of India sources have reiterated that the documents shown by Rahul are fabricated and not the ones which are issued by the poll panel. They have further gone on to say that this is a crime under the BNS and attracts 7 years of imprisonment. That's a big development coming in. Section 323 violated by Rahul Gandhi is the charge over here that he could potentially be looking at. And if this is indeed the case, it is an offence that attracts 7 years of imprisonment as a punishment. Let's quickly open this up and take it across to our guest joining us. With us is Charu Pragya, National Spokesperson of BJP. Dr. Mohd Ameen is a former Joint Director of the ECI. Advocate Umar Junaidi, political analyst, is with us. Also with us is Salem Dharanidharan, National Spokesperson of DMK. Let me start with you first. Advocate Junaidi, has Rahul Gandhi presented a forged document? That appears to be the allegation coming in, not just from the notice that the Karnataka CEO has earlier sent in the case of Shakun Rani, but also this is what sources in the Election Commission of India are now suggesting.
Madhav, the Election Commission, since the issues were going on with the tampering of the voting machines, the rigging of the votes and all, the ECI continuously demanded for proof. And when Rahul Gandhi is having a press conference with the proof as documents as a proof, now the ECI claims the documents are forged. Now it is the duty of the ECI, if there is some allegation, you go for the investigation, let the investigation happen, and you will know what documents are forged and which documents are not forged. Instead of investigating the fact.
May I ask you a question? You are a lawyer. Now, in criminal jurisprudence, does there have to be a complaint or not for a criminal case to be taken up?
There should be a complaint.
So why does Mr. Rahul Gandhi not give that complaint with the documents?
There are several complaints made to the Election Commission of India.
By Rahul Gandhi?
Yes, several complaints.
Where is the letter? They are saying exactly
the opposition
this.
Leaders,
to the best of my understanding, and Charu Pragya can come in on this, to the best of my understanding, the Election Commission is saying if you have violation violations of law that are being pointed out or any vitiation of the level playing field, then give it to us in writing. We will take action with an oath.
Madam, good evening. Now the opposition cannot do anything properly concrete and constructive. So what they start doing is absolute disruption of democracy. And this is only because they are fearing a big loss in Bihar. Let's come down to the facts. The Election Commission has countered all these flying claims thrown about by Rahul Gandhi multiple times, starting with their very detailed press conference in December 2024. Rahul Gandhi chose not to reply to anything at all. After that, he went around levying more allegations, again without any proof. The Election Commission issued a letter to Rahul Gandhi dated 12th of June asking him to come in for a meeting. Again, zero response from the Congress party, zero response from Rahul Gandhi. Now, again, most recently in Karnataka, the Election Commission has told Rahul Gandhi that whatever your allegations are, put it down on a piece of paper under Form 20. Sign the declaration and give it to us. What does Rahul Gandhi do? He says, I will sign no declaration because I have taken an oath in Parliament. Please tell me, when has this oath in Parliament stopped Rahul Gandhi from lying earlier? He has taken an oath in Parliament when he was lying about Rafale. He has taken an oath in Parliament when the Supreme Court asked him to apologize unconditionally for it. He has still taken an oath in Parliament when the Supreme Court pulled him up for his very crass remarks against Veer Savarkar. In fact, they said next time they'll take sumo cognizance of it. This is facts.
Okay. Umar Junaidi, respond to that. Rahul Gandhi in the past has not, whenever we have responded to Rahul Gandhi says Election Commission, the oath argument. If you buy the oath argument also, should he not file a proper complaint with the Election Commission with documents?
Madhav, instead of asking for the oath, instead of asking for the formal complaints and all, there are several complaints which have been filed by the opposition in the past. Why Election Commission is not working on this case? Why there is no investigation on it?
Which is the complaint which has not been investigated? Tell us.
Why there is no investigation on it?
Which is the complaint which has not been investigated? Tell us.
Several issues.
Tell me, name one. Name one.
Madhav, several issues.
Which several? Tell us one, sir. I'm asking for just one.
Then former the then former Chief Minister of Delhi in the assembly has been complaining about it. Rahul Gandhi is continuously complaining about it.
About what, sir?
Akhilesh Yadav said 18,000 votes were deleted. He has written formal complaint. Why the investigation was not taken up? Why the complaint was not further followed up?
Charu Pragya, we have given specific complaints. They have not been followed up. That's the charge of opposition. Please respond.
Every single complaint has been followed up, in fact refuted point by point. And to give you an example, I will quote the case that Rahul Gandhi took up in his press conference. He talked about a voter called Shakun Rani, who's a 70-year-old lady. He claimed that she had voted twice. The Election Commission, with documentation and proof, has said that she hasn't. That's the fact. Karnataka Election Commission, the CEO, has asked Rahul Gandhi to simply sign Form 20. He's running away from doing that because even he knows everything he says is fabricated and false. How can you levy an allegation and then run away without putting it down on paper? You don't put it down on paper because you are disrupting democracy, and that's the truth of it. You did this with the EVMs. You realize you're not getting anything from anywhere because the Supreme Court held the EVMs to be true and perfectly functional. You did it with the VVPAT. Then you tried to levy allegations against the Election Commissioner, and now you're talking about the voter list, but no amount of evidence is going to be enough.
Let me bring in the other panelists now. We have other panelists also joining us. Salem Dharanidharan is national spokesperson of DMK. Salem Dharanidharan, you know, it will party every citizen to protest. But what's being stated over here by the Election Commission is that you can't have a situation where you're making all of these public comments. You're saying that these are part of your documents, where EC says these are not even our documents. So what are they supposed to investigate then?
I think this is the huge hypocrisy is that whenever BJP politician will go and protest or cast aspersions against the against parties which are not ruled by BJP, or parties in opposition to BJP, then the question becomes legitimate. And then if opposition parties will protest against BJP, then that protest is unfair. This is the problem with the media also. I'll ask you, asking for votes from Rahul Gandhi. You're asking for oath under Rahul Gandhi, right? Can you just keep quiet, Charu Pragya? I never interrupted you. See, I never got a time, and again, if Charu Pragya will interrupt me, how will I speak?
Okay, make your point.
Right. So, my question is, there is one leader of the BJP in Tamil Nadu who was never elected by the people, was given disproportionately highest number of time by media channel, including yours. He's been casting aspersions against my party, false aspersions. Some are laughable. Have you ever asked him to give a oath and give those and cast those aspersions? Right? Never.
No, so why are we not? No, which of those complaints? Once again, which of those complaints of voter fraud with documents have been submitted or investigated by Election Commission? Please tell us.
No, before getting to it, why have we not said the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, and K. Annamalai, whenever they have been casting aspersions against the DMK government, to give it under oath? But one question is, it's undeniable is the fact that
and claiming documents, there are two separate situations, Salem Dharanidharan. Here you are demanding action, right? When you demand action, then there has to be a complaint. That's the only thing. Forget the oath for a moment. Someone has to complain for some kind of criminal action to take place, right? Or do you think that the investigation can just happen out of thin air?
So same Home Minister has come and said same corruption has happened in Tamil Nadu government. When the ED is under him, no one has ever been proved guilty in Tamil Nadu. But he's time and again going and saying, and your channels have played it. Why have you not asked them for the oath?
Casting aspersions and demanding investigation are two totally different things.
But wait. Right? So we all read papers. In Hindu, in the last 1 week, there have been several editorials and data points on voter deletion in Bihar. There are something appalling. The first point is disproportionately higher number of women voters have been deleted. But who migrate the most? Men. Right? How are women voters deleted? Simply because they are marginalized and they lack documents. Point number one. Point number two, disproportionately higher number of Muslims have been deleted from the voter list, which is as per the data point in the Hindu, which also shows that you are trying to gerrymander.
You're not likely to vote for BJP are deleted. Once again, calm down. First, calm down and listen to what I'm saying. You may believe what is written in any newspaper. That is your choice. No, nobody can question that. But the point over here that I want to make very simply to you is this: that you know how many formal complaints have been filed with the Election Commission so far. Since the 1st of August, they have been opened for complaints as far as any mistakes in the SIR process are concerned. Do you know how many complaints have been filed over the past 11 days? Zero.
So what is
zero by Congress. Congress, zero by RJD, zero by any political party. If there are so many lapses, file the complaint and get action taken.
So you're asking me to file a complaint against Election Commission. So, for example, I'll give an analogy.
Not Election Commission, the SIR process. The SIR process, the Election Commission has put out
the whole problem is
about where the... See, if there is a process happening and there are crores of people involved, I don't think it's anybody's case that mistakes cannot be made. But to address those mistakes, you have to begin somewhere, right? So whether it is the case of Mr. Rahul Gandhi's problems with the voter list in Karnataka or with the SIR in Bihar, there somewhere someone will have to initiate the process. If that process is not initiated, you can't say that things are not happening our way, so we will protest.
No. The matter is sub judice. No, we all have gone to the Supreme Court. How will I go and complain?
So you're waiting for tomorrow's hearing.
Election Commission itself.
So essentially, waiting for tomorrow's hearing.
How will I go and complain against the Election Commission to the Election Commission itself? If someone has stolen your mobile phone, you'll go and call the thief saying, hey, can you investigate the theft of my mobile phone? No, you'll go to superior.
Dr. Mohd Ameen. Let Dr. Ameen come in.
Legitimacy of the Election Commission.
Okay. Dr. Ameen is a former joint director of ECI. I want Dr. Ameen to come in on this. Dr. Ameen, how do you take this argument? That the matter is before the court, and we will take action as per our pace in terms of what the court is saying. Your response?
Actually, in case of the Election Commissioner has the equal power like a Supreme Court judges. And we have already the court inside the Election Commission, and all the parties are coming for argument for their problems, and sometimes they have the cases in the Election Commission inside itself on the second floor. And today, but we have seen the other newspapers and other channels that the parliament members have marched from parliament to the ECI office. That's Sardar Patel Road. I was also their chief of protocol and joint director Election Commission of India. So maximum, you are from the press, might be knowing the press people, that we have the small hall that is, we can accommodate only 30 or 35 persons. And in the training hall we have, temporary earlier we have built it, that big hall is maximum the 50. But they are arguing that we want to go 300 member of parliaments inside the Election Commission office. And as per the rule, Election Commission of India has given the permission to meet Election Commission 12 p.m. today, and only he has asked 30. If they are going 30 or 35, so accommodated.
Right.
But it's a wrong choice. We have 300. I am going to tell you in your channel, the whole commission employees are having 300 only in this campus, not more than that. So how 300 member of parliaments can go inside? That is not a parliament house. That is not an assembly house. We don't have any big house. And if any complaint is there, for anyone, they can write a complaint to send by mail, send by post, and we have the receiving counter there for the receiving. So they can send the persons for receiving and then wait for the answer. And unnecessary allegation, they are going to in the press publicly. They want to show that the Election Commission is not doing anything.
Okay.
My dear, since 1952 till date, we are conducting the election in the assemblies, UTs, and whole country for the member of parliaments. And the deputies and what we call the vice president, president of India. So these are the election conducted by the Election Commission of India.
Yes.
And honestly we are working. And this is the example for the whole world that we are the democratic country, and we are the best organization.
Some of the specific points that you made. 30 MPs were invited. One second. Just allow me to put that question across to Salem Dharanidharan. Salem Dharanidharan, 30 people, leaders were invited. That permission was granted. Mr. Jairam Ramesh apparently also agreed, is what Election Commission sources are saying. There was no police permission for a protest, but yet the protest happens. If there was permission for 30 people and they could have been accommodated, if they were serious about pursuing this issue, they could have gone and met the CEC and his other election commissioners.
The problem is when the former joint director of the ECI said, Election Commissioner has same power as Supreme Court Justice. In that case, then we don't need a Supreme Court, and Election Commissioner can go and investigate every case, right? So we have a judiciary to keep checks and balances in place. That's point number one. The point number two, ECI does not have credibility and it has lost its legitimacy. It has lost legitimacy.
Who decides MCC cases? Just a simple general knowledge question. Who decides the cases of Model Code of Conduct?
If anything is not done
ECI,
by
but
the Election
ECI is supposed to act in a non-partisan
part of
manner.
the ECI. When it comes to the representation of people act.
I'm not denying
when
that,
it
boss.
comes to that, the ECI is the one who has to implement it.
Madhav, you're not letting me speak. I know all that. What I'm trying to say is, if ECI is doing a mistake, it is the Supreme Court that will adjudicate. Any democracy to work well, we need to have checks and balances. One person cannot be given absolute power. Yes, it is agreed. ECI, Election Commission of India, had greatest regards, and that is why they were even sent to conduct elections in Africa. But now under Modi, they have lost credibility. For example, Supreme Court advised that Election Commission should be non-partisan, which means that there should be one Chief Justice, one opposition leader, and Prime Minister will be the selection committee. What is the Union government doing? One Prime Minister, one opposition leader, and one Union Minister of the BJP.
That was an interim judgment from what I remember correctly, but let Dr. Ameen respond.
Election Commissioner is being influenced
by Dr. Ameen.
I'll give the answer.
Dr. Ameen.
Letting me speak.
I'll give the answer for this.
Salem Dharanidharan, you made your point. Now listen to the answer.
Election commissioners are
I'm going to give the answer for this.
Election commissioner are puppets of the BJP.
Listen.
That's the problem. We need to change the way in
I'm giving the answer for this.
Elected. Before 2024, even one election.
I'm giving the answer.
Salem Dharanidharan, you made your point, sir. Now let others speak also. Mohammed Ameen, please.
No, 10 seconds. What happened to Lavasa?
Listen. Yeah, I'm going to, just you come quiet, I'm going to the answer. My dear, I'm telling you, Mr. Madhavan, that when we have the, from election started from 52 till date, there was up to 14th, there was no rules regulation made for the selection of the Election Commission of India, or the commissioners. So, at that time, Mr. Goel was there, Punjab cadre, and he was given appointment within 24 hours.
Okay.
So that everybody has the hue and cried in a position that BJP is going to plant his man.
Right.
So, in that case, they have gone to the Supreme Court. The CGI has asked for their files and every papers. Then they seen everything was in line, in proper. There was no mistake for the selection of the election commissioner.
Okay, let me just come in now. This is the truth of what's happening on ground in Bihar. These are testimonials. Just a second, sir. These are testimonials we've received of representations of political parties, representatives of political parties, including Congress, RJD, CPI. Election Commission sources have shared this, and they say that various political parties and their representatives have talked about the poll panel sharing with them the draft voter list, other details such as deletions, and that have taken place, etc. Listen to what the representatives of these political parties have to say on ground in Bihar.
So, वोटर लिस्ट मतदाता सूची का प्रकाशन किया गया है, उसकी एक कॉपी जो है हम लोग सभी राजनीतिक दलों को उपलब्ध कराई गई है। साथ ही साथ जो जिन मतदाताओं की उन सूची से नाम काटा गया है या वो कट गए हैं, उनकी भी एक सूची उपलब्ध कराई गई है।
मतदाता पुनरीक्षण गहन कार्यक्रम जो चल रहा है पश्चिम चंपारण के जिलाधिकारी की तरफ से समय समय पर बुलाकर मान्यता प्राप्त राजनीतिक दलों को सुझाव दिया जाता रहा है, उनकी राय सलाह लिया जाता रहा है। उनके इस कार्यों से हम संतुष्ट हैं।
Umar Junaidi, what would you say about this? These are members of opposition political parties and they're saying that everything is happening as per procedure.
Madhav, if everything is happening as per procedure, that's fair enough. But the question is...
What is the protest about?
Let me complete. But the question is, the CEO of Karnataka, Election Commission of Karnataka, talks about Shakuni Rani, the voter list, the voter Rahul Gandhi talked about. The commission says she has voted for once, only once, and she has not voted twice. Why is not the Election Commission of Karnataka in India taking care of the voter list? Why the name have been entered twice? Is it not the duty of Election Commission of any state or India to delete or to shift the votes if they are shifted? Why there is two names, twice the names in the list?
They are saying that this is not a real document. But yes, Charu Pragya, quickly respond to that.
Madhav,
So,
they can investigate.
I'm going to put this in a story form for Salem to understand more than anybody else. Let me sit here and claim that Stalin has become the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu by Vote Chori. And can the Election Commission please take away 50 seats from DMK? Do you think an allegation like that will stand unless I put it down on paper and sign it? And if I sign it, I am doing it with responsibility, because if I lie on that piece of paper, I can be jailed for 7 years under section 229 of BLS. That is the truth of it, and that is why Rahul Gandhi refuses to sign anything, Madhav, because he knows he's lying. See, all this drama that they are doing, instead of that, all they had to do was put some pieces of paper together, sign it and send it off to the election commission. Do that.
All right. There's some breaking news coming in. Sorry, Charu Pragya, Dr. Mohd Ameen, Advocate Umar Junaidi, Salem Dharanidharan. And to thank all of you for joining us. And in fact, India's action plan being revealed before the Parliamentary Standing Committee of External Affairs. These are what top sources in the government are telling us about what they have briefed the panel. They're saying that mitigation measures are being taken, government talking to all stakeholders, and even, of course, the feedback of stakeholders is being taken back. Other countries also, where in fact India trades with, are being looked at. There's a trade diversification plan that India has in terms of trade with other countries, including UK, Australia, that is part of this entire plan that is being taken by India. The US move is based on some flawed assumptions, and India has been drawn into a geopolitical contest. Let's go across to Pragya for this. Pragya, very significant that the Ministry of External Affairs, the government, are talking about trade with UAE, Australia, ASEAN, Japan, Korea, Mauritius as being part of the alternative plan as far as trade with US being impacted is concerned.
Absolutely, Madhav, and the government has also given what is the measures that they are taking. After the US has slapped us with 50% of trade tariffs. Basically, government is also telling all these MPs that we also have now a deal with EFTA, European Free Trade Agreement, which has countries like Norway and also other countries where we are also looking at trade options, and they're also looking forward to these negotiations with the US on the basis of mutually beneficial and balanced trade principles is what the sources have told us, and this is what the members have also been briefed by the Commerce Secretary. Not just that.
Pragya, we'll keep coming back to you. This is a big story that you're breaking. What really has been told to that parliamentary committee is the information you're putting out. We're going to keep coming back to you for more breaking